our weekly legal line with our legal analyst, Jeff Hosford from Hosford Law Firm. Jeff, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We want to talk a little bit about cyber stalking and what exactly that is. In the previous story, we talked about sending threatening text messages. So what exactly constitutes cyber stalking?
Basically, it's the use of the internet, phone, or any electronic means of communication email is included, in order to send threats to another individual, whether a conversation ensues or not. So if you continually threaten someone through the email or text messages or phone, then you can be charged with this crime.
And so you don't even have to have any physical contact with the person who is claiming that they've been threatened?
No, ma'am, you do not.
And what are the penalties associated with cyber stalking?
2 years, and then it can carry up to 5 years if you go further than just sending those messages.
In the course of an investigation, I'm assuming that investigators will be looking at all of your electronic devices, computers, and smart devices, as you mentioned, right?
Yes, obviously they get a search warrant. More than likely they got a copy of the conversation from the victim. The victim usually has the same thing the person sending it does. So they'll get those copies from the victim, which should be sufficient to show that they came from a certain number. Once they would do that, then they'd go back and they would subpoena those phone records of that individual. Whatever that phone company has, they would provide to the sheriff's department or the police department, and then the police department would look at that to see if they match up with what they have. If it does, then they more than likely would prosecute the individual for cyber stalking should they continue to threaten this person.
All right. Well, one thing we're surely learning about technology is that once you put it out there on the internet or in a text message, it becomes your digital footprint and it's permanent.
And this law, and there's some other laws about cyberbullying, are very broad. If you're having those issues, I encourage you to contact the local police department and encourage them to actually follow through and prosecute these individuals.
All right. We always appreciate that advice and perspective. Thanks so much, Jeff.
Thank you.